Love, Africa. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Fareed.
So, when people think of Africa, they think the images I think are mostly still poverty and conflict. What do you think of when you think of Africa?
I think of some of that too. Unfortunately, the states in Africa are among the weakest, poorest states in the world. All sorts of problems that we don't see anywhere else. Like famines, for instance. Where else in the world do we have a problem of famine in the 21st century? And Africa, unfortunately, that's happening right now. One of the bigger stories I covered was the Somali pirates. Everybody loved the pirates. They kind of represented modern-day outlaws. Where else do you have modern-day pirates today, like in Africa? But there's so much more, and you kind of laid it out in your introduction. It is one of the most physically blessed parts of the world I've ever seen. There are so many places that look like nowhere else on Earth. The pristine environment, the thick jungle, clear lakes and rivers, untouched. And at the same time, I think a lot of people don't appreciate what the spirit in Africa. And that's what really moved me as a young man and totally changed my life, was this idea that you can have some of the poorest people in the world who have so much less than most of us, and they were still so warm and open-hearted and connected with each other. And that was one of the things I took away from these early trips, was a sense of empathy. I showed up as like a clueless 18-year-old, and I wasn't really, I wasn't connected to other people, and I left different.